What's going on, everyone? This is Carl, the solution. As in the solution to fitness. And today, I'm going to give you a diet plan for people that work full-time jobs, and I'm going to teach you how to properly meal prep. Now, I know I say this a lot, but this is definitely a question that I get a lot. Well, it's not really a question, it's more like an excuse. How am I supposed to diet and eat all these different things if I don't have the time? If I don't have time to cook, I don't have time to shop, I don't have time. Well, this video is definitely for you. Now, this video's primary focus isn't really how to cook the meals. I have numerous diet videos on that. I even made a diet video not too long ago, and that specific playlist can be linked up here or at the end of the video if you want to wait for that. Now, meal prepping is extremely important when it comes to dieting. It'll probably be damn near impossible to keep a clean diet if you're not meal prepping. Now, meal prepping is important because if you're working a full-time job, you're not going to have the time to cook every single one of your meals when it's time to actually eat it. So this video will definitely help you out if you work a morning shift, if you work an afternoon shift, even if you work an overnight shift, even if you're out all day and you go and you want to avoid eating junk food all day. Who am I kidding? You're gonna still eat the junk food anyway. So let's just stick to the work scenario. Of course, not everyone has the freedom to eat whenever they want at work. Some people that work a full-time job have the option to have, they have a half-hour break and 2 15 minutes. Some people have only 1 half-hour break. Some people are free to eat whenever they want as long as it's not busy. Of course, this is also if you have a fridge in your job. You see, there's a lot of different things to consider when doing a topic like this, which is why I kind of held off on doing it for a while. But I'm going to try the best I can to answer all these scenarios, or shall I say, solve these scenarios. I'll see myself out. So with that being said, let's get right into the meal prep video. So like I said, I won't really be focused on cooking the meals. I'm just gonna stick to the foods I've done videos on already. I'm gonna keep this as plain and easy as possible. So I have my chicken out already, as you saw in the beginning. I'm going to make all my chicken here and use my pans. Gonna need 2 for this amount. So let's make this real quick and I'll get into the scenarios. Once again, like I said, if you want to see how I make this, how I season my chicken, all that, watch my previous diet videos. They explain everything. Especially my first diet video is probably, I was most descriptive there. I'll probably use footage from my previous diet videos throughout the video anyway, so just in case you're too lazy to check those out, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna probably use some clips from those. Alright, so chicken's done. This literally took me about like 20 minutes to do. So you need this, for an average person, I guess this can last a week, 5 days, something like that. But 20 minutes, 1 day a week. Just make the time to do that and you're good. You don't really have an excuse for that. Come on. So right now I have my containers out, and this will be very important. This is very important to your meal prep. You have to get these ASAP. I mean, you really have no other option. I have both plastic containers and I have glass containers. Glass costs a little more, but I strongly recommend getting them. Okay, so now I put some food in these containers. All right, as you can see here, I got a rice and chicken meal in this one, just plain chicken in that one, and I got my vegetables in a different container. Now, I personally like to do it like this because vegetables, these are frozen here, so they're gonna take long. You know, if you're your job, I'm gonna jump ahead too much. You're at your job, hopefully you have a microwave, right? I usually just put my frozen vegetables in here and I microwave this first. This is gonna take longer to heat up than this. So unless it's already defrosted or whatever, but yeah, usually I put this in the microwave for about 4 minutes. And then 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll dump the vegetables in this container and I'll microwave this container for about 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 the most. And then, you know, that'll be your meal. That's how I personally like to do it. So let's start getting into the scenarios. So for right now, let's use the 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 scenario, you know, the morning shift. You got your 8-hour shift. So let's pretend it is currently the night before. This is the night before that we're cooking this. Tomorrow, I need to get up early. So I will do all my cooking and meal prepping tonight. So the 20 minutes I just spent cooking, you're doing that the night before, because obviously in the morning time, you're not gonna have time to do it. Unless you're a 5 in the morning person to wake up at that time. I'm not that person, so. All right, so how long it takes for you to get to your job, that's gonna be a hard one because you gotta have your breakfast, as cliche as it sounds. It is the most important meal of the day. You slept for however long, meaning you didn't eat for that long. So you gotta jumpstart the metabolism, stop skipping your breakfast if you're doing that. So let's say it takes you an hour to get to work. And then this is your 9 to 5. Make sure you're up by at least 7:30 to make your breakfast and consumed it by 8 o'clock. Now this is where your meal prepping comes into play. Let's first use the scenario of the 2 15-minute breaks and 1 30-minute break. So 2 snacks, you could watch it in my videos, my diet videos, but one of them will be your almonds and yogurt. You can use that as a snack. Your second snack could be the rice cakes. Maybe put some organic peanut butter on that. You know, take your pick. But for the first one, let's just go with almonds and yogurt. That will be during your first 15-minute break. The main meal, which is your grilled chicken and rice, will be during your 30-minute break. And the other snack will be your last 15 minutes. Then save your last meal for when you get out of work. That way, when you can have something already ready for you when you get back home. But if work is too busy or you only get 1 break, it'll suck, but we'd have to make some slight changes. For one, try to add some protein to your breakfast, like a protein shake or something like that. Try to have your almonds and yogurt right before going in. Maybe be there 10 minutes early and then eat that and then go in. On your break, have your grilled chicken meal, then the other snack when you get out. So we can't really be too picky when timing with these meals. But if you can eat at whatever time you want, then the breakfast scenario remains the same. You're gonna have that 20 minutes to an hour before you go in. Of course, it depends on how far you are from work. Your snack will be at around 11 a.m., 11:30. Your main meal can be 1:30 or 2 o'clock, which would be the rice and chicken meal. And your last snack will be around 4:30, 5 o'clock when you get out of work. Then you go to the gym, train, take your protein shake, and then you get home 2-3 hours later, have your last meal, then it's bedtime. It's going to be a little different though for the afternoon shift, that 3 to 11 range. Here's how I would do it. Breakfast would be around 9 o'clock in the morning, then I'd go work out. With the morning shift, unless you're okay with working out like at 5 a.m., most people would rather train after work. But with this scenario, the afternoon shift, most people would prefer to train before, unless you have a 24-hour gym. Then you'd have your protein shake and maybe one of your snacks before going in. The times will look something like this. 9 a.m. breakfast time. Then you go train. 11 to 12 o'clock will be your protein shake. Your snack meal will be 2 to 2:30. That's right before going in. 5 p.m. will be your main meal. 8 p.m. will be your snack, and 10 p.m. will be your last meal, which is the grilled chicken and vegetables, no rice. Of course, this is if you can eat openly like that. If not, then use the 2 15-minute scenario and 1 30-minute scenario that I gave you before. If you can do that, instead of snacking at 2:30, have a meal, then wait for your next break. Then hopefully you can at least snack on some almonds and have the last meal after work. Okay, so what about the overnight shift? Most overnight shifts are a lot more lenient compared to day shifts. I mean, most jobs won't have your management breathing down your neck. At the time of me doing the first diet plan video that I did, around 2 years ago now, I was working a night shift. So that was me making my meals on my day off. So first, I'll give you a scenario on how I time my meals when I used to work that shift. It was 11 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning. Some people do 12 to 8. It's going to be the same. I used to wake up around 5 p.m. Sucks, I know. But that's when I had my breakfast. Then I worked out around 6:30. Had my protein shake around 8 p.m. Then I'd eat my grilled chicken and rice meal before going in around 10:30. 1 a.m. I'd have my snack. 3 a.m. I'd have my third meal, which would be the grilled chicken and vegetables. 5 a.m. to 5:30, I'd have my second snack. Then when I got home after work, my final meal would be my casein protein shake and some egg whites. And like the previous explanation, if you have one break or the 2 15 minutes and 1 30-minute scenario, it also applies here. You can follow that same idea I mentioned in the other explanations. Now we're going to assume the breakfast is the same as in that first diet plan video, just eggs and some oatmeal. So for this video, I'm using basic snacks, my basic grilled chicken meals, because it's pretty easy to explain it. Those aren't the meals you have to have. This is just, an easier way to explain. So that's everything about my meal prep. That's how I personally do it. Some people do things differently, but also, like I said, if you need ideas on different meals, check out that diet plan playlist. I've done so many diet videos, and I will be doing way more diet videos in the near future. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in more diet plans, if you're interested in peak week diet plans, bulking diet plans, losing weight diet plans, I'm working on all that. Bench that subscribe button, squat that like button, and share this video around to people that give you that excuse, I don't have time. Now, like I said, it took me 20 minutes to make that. I don't even think it was 20 minutes, to tell you the truth. I think it was probably like 16, 17 minutes if I'm being precise. So yeah, you can only have to do that once or twice a week, Most people only once. Like this amount of chicken that I have here, for me, I have to do this like 2 or 3 times because I consume a ton of protein. But the average person doesn't have to really do that. And not everyone wants to be a bodybuilder, you know what I'm saying? Most people just want to lose weight and just have some tone around there. So yeah, there's really no excuse you can give me right now that you can't do that. Cook your own meals. Don't buy anything out. Trust me. Yeah, so online diet plans, I do that. If you guys are interested in a diet plan that fits your macros, you can hit me up. I have my email in the description. There is flexible pricing. I'll work with you. That's gotta be everything. So I'm going to be competing in the show. At the time of this recording, I'm about a little less than 2 weeks out. So wish me luck on that one. Hopefully I get this video out before that I do that show, so you guys can wish me good luck before I actually compete. I'm working on some new poses this year. Hopefully I'll take that first place, but it's gonna be an honor just to place on top 5. But yeah, once again, not once again because I'm just mentioning this now. If you're in the New Jersey area, my show is going to be in Wayne, New Jersey on the 24th of June. If you guys want to go out there and show support to me, I'd appreciate that a lot. It does mean a lot to the solution. I'm going to be recording the video of the show as always. I always record my shows. But like I said, if you guys are in the area, I know I saw some people commented on my Instagram and my Facebook, Instagram and one of my other videos that they saw me in the Wayne LA Fitness. Yeah, if you guys are in the area, come check out the show. I'm going to leave information to the show and a link to where you can get tickets to the show in the description. Whatever you need. It's going to start at 11 o'clock in the morning, and that's the first show. Then there's intermission, and then the night shows at 6 o'clock when they announce the winners. So if you guys are interested in seeing me compete, saying what's up, you know, showing support, screaming my name to the judges, come out to the show. Wayne, New Jersey. All that information will be in the description. Once again, this is called The Solution, saying if you got a problem, I'll help you solve it. Your worst is done and your best is yet to come. Alright, stop showing off, jerk.